Hey everyone, this is going to be a pretty quick video because I don't have that much to mention. I just got about 4 desktop PCs and a few parts and stuff which I'm going to talk about. So today's Wednesday, and on Saturday some people gave me some stuff. I'm going to mention it, not really by the order in which I got it, just, in order of whatever's here. First up, I can mention this Optiplex GX280 right here that I got. It's got 3.2 gigahertz Pentium 4 hyper-threading. It had no memory or hard drive or DVD drive in it. But, I can open it up for you. I put a gigabyte of DDR2 400 in it. I'd put 400 in it because, it's a Pentium 4. It's not going to put like 667 megahertz memory in it or anything. I had some 400 lying around, so I decided to save the faster stuff for Pentium dual cores and Core 2 Duos and whatnot. It only has one IDE and one SATA, and I didn't really have any spare SATA drives, so I put an IDE hard drive in it and a SATA DVD drive. It's working pretty well. One thing that's up with it though is it is missing a little thing on the back. I think it's a plug that goes in and connects into that PCI slot and gives you more PCIs plugins right here, but it doesn't really matter that much. Plus it might help cooling. But I put Windows XP on it, it's all set up and ready to go. Hoping to sell it, although there's like a million of these things on eBay already, so I don't know if I can really sell this thing for much. Well, it did do something weird. It did shut it down at one point, and I came out here today, probably a day or two after I last worked on this thing, and it was sitting on saying that I couldn't detect the hard drive after I had booted up, so I just shut it down. Start up again, it detected the hard drive absolutely fine, so it was kind of confusing, but I think it should be fine. I've left it running for a while now, and it seems to be doing fine. I also got a couple of machines I scrapped. This is an old Dell from like 1999 or something probably. Nope, that's not the front panel, but I forget what the model was, but it's just one of these guys with like a Pentium 3 and stuff in it. I think it had a 40 gig hard drive in it, but someone tore it apart, so that was no good. This was some HP Compaq with 1.7 Pentium 4, something like that. Sync memory, scrapped that. Parts of that stuff is over here. Yeah, this is the HP. It's no good. It's socket 478. I could put a Pentium 4 in it, but it takes sync memory and it's really not that good. The computer probably doesn't sell for much. This is from the Dell. Yeah, it's still a bit of memory and stuff. It's the video card. Actually, yeah, I also got a Dimension 4600 as well, which I'll talk about in a second. And this was a video card, I think, in the 4600. Okay, it's like a 32 meg. This was the video card in the old Dell with like a Pentium 3. This is a 256 megabyte Radeon 9550XL. So it's kind of interesting that the old crappy Dell has the 256 megabyte video card, and the newer one has like the 32. I'm just gonna scrap all this crap, including it's like 1.7 Pentium 4. I just don't need any of this stuff. Video card's no good, but I'm going to keep this video card, and there was a wireless card, another one of the computers I got. And there are a couple more chassis that I got with parts in them. I'll talk about those in a second. I'm going to go over here and talk about these guys first. Yeah, this is a Compaq D530C. It had a 3 gigahertz Pentium 4, but it liked to run really, really hot for some reason, so I pulled that out and put 2.8 in it. It seems to be doing fine. Put a gig of memory in it, 40 gig 7200 RPM hard drive. Yeah, you can read, I guess. Didn't really require that much parts. I think I had to put the memory in it and the hard drive. There was no memory hard drive in it. There was also no CD drive, and one of these bays wasn't in here. I had to take a bay from a similar computer and put it in here, but the tab broke off, so I had to super glue it and stuff. No big deal. This thing's actually fairly fast considering its age. It's about 10 years old, but it actually runs pretty smooth. I think it's all set, yeah. Although, in school I used to go to, one of the tech teachers there wants a computer with an S-video output, so I put an S-video card in this thing, and because he's going to use it for like a emulator or something. I don't go to that school anymore, but one of my friends told me about him, so I might sell this to him because he wants a computer he can leave on 24/7 pretty much with S-video output to run emulators on. I don't even know why I started it up. I guess to show that's fairly fast, but I don't know. It's decently fast considering its age, I guess. System information. Come on. And maybe the 3.0 Pentium 4 is significantly faster, but whatever. don't know, it's not that slow. Not that slow considering the fact it's a Pentium 4. Could be faster though. And these are some of the other machines I got, these two guys over here. The first one's a Dimension 4600. I don't think this had any RAM in it. I don't think it had a hard drive either. But yeah, that's its specs. Pretty straightforward, I think. It had all the parts to it, yeah. This is Dell Dimension 4550. That's its specs right there. And this thing actually had a wireless card in it that I pulled out and put on the table over there. I mean, these things aren't anything super special. I can probably get 35 bucks for this thing. Sale price, which is probably more like 25 actual profit. And for this thing, maybe more like 20 bucks profit, but you know, it's worth it, I guess. I just set these two guys up pretty much as soon as I got them. But now I am saving the best for last. I got two other chassis with motherboards in them, but they were missing the front bezels and all that. One of them had, I can't remember, I think this motherboard might have been given to me kind of just free. This motherboard was in a chassis, and then a motherboard in that computer was in another chassis. But in that case, there was, I believe, this motherboard, I looked it up, I think it only supports Pentium 4s, socket T, of course. I think it takes DDR2, like 533 memory max, this PCI Express. By 16, it's not that good though, so I'm going to put this in a case and set up probably, but it's nothing spectacular. This thing only takes Pentium 4, so I think it takes DDR memory. It's got AGP, and one of these two guys is in this case, but I went ahead and pulled the case open, and because I also got another motherboard that same day. I'm going to put this outside for you real quick. Actually, I'm going to start it up. Makes a lot of noise. That's the video card. Fan likes to spin fast because I guess it kind of has to in order to do a good cooling job. But F10 setup. Motherboard is a MCP 61PM-HM revision 2.2. And this one was pretty interesting. I put the power supply in here though. I think I also put the DVD drive, I put the video card in here, and I put the hard drive in here. So all it really came with this thing was, and the memory, all it really came with this thing was the motherboard, the CPU, and the case. So I also put the rear fan there, but whatever. But what it's got for hardware is, I put 4 gigs of DDR2 800 in it. You can take up to 8. And put a 500 gig SATA hard drive in it, with a broken SATA power. Sorry, my camera ran out of battery, and I'm using it on the charger right now, as you can see. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, not the legacy power, the SATA power in this thing was bust because I pulled the connector out at one point and pulled some of the plastic off the bottom of the pins, so that's broken. So I'm just using legacy power, but it's actually got some pretty good hardware. As you can see, it's got a 1.8 gigahertz quad-core AMD Phenom, and that's not too shabby. This motherboard can take up to a 2.3 AMD Phenom. And they can also take AMD Athlon 64 X2s and whatnot. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and boot this thing up. I put Windows 7 on it. It's not activated yet. I did take Windows 7 off my 2011 iMac because I had a boot camp on that, but I decided that was kind of pointless. So I took that off because I put Photoshop and all that stuff on my Lenovo laptop. And yeah, I pulled the installation off my iMac, so I might use the activation key from that on this thing. I might sell this thing for $100 or $200, or I might lend it to a friend to use for a little while. And the video card is one I had sitting around for a while. It's an EVGA GeForce 8600 GTS. It's a 256 megabyte, I think 128-bit video card. Does pretty well, you know, good for older games. I think this card's from 2007, so it's nothing super spectacular, but it gets the job done, especially for my friend would want to do with it, like, you know, Minecraft and basic games and stuff. Ask me later. The problem is that this thing's date and time is all messed up. I thought it was like January 1st, 2007, because the CMOS battery I put in it was dead. And I replaced the CMOS battery, but it had sticky stuff in the bottom from the packaging, so I didn't make proper contact. I was hoping there wasn't something wrong with the CMOS, and there wasn't. Can I log in? No? Yes? Cool. So I had to put a different one in, and it keeps the time now. But I installed Windows when I thought it was like January 1st, 2007. So I think I've been using this unactivated operating system for like you know, 7.5 years or something. So yeah, but you know, works pretty well. I haven't installed anything yet. I'm going to install some programs and stuff, and it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess, nothing too exciting. But if I do sell this, I can probably sell it for 100 or 150 bucks. You know, it's got a quad-core CPU, 4 gigs of memory, dual channel, nice video card. It's only got a 400 watt power supply, but it seems to do the trick just fine. And actually, I was going to put this video card up. This video card's dead. This is the one that my brother replaced some capacitors to. I think he made a video on it a few years back, but yeah, it's looking pretty dead. I don't think it works. Although I had trouble getting a video card working in this thing, it didn't work. When booting up Windows would just freeze when booting up, so I figured out eventually that you have to set the BIOS defaults. Well, yeah, I had to restore the BIOS defaults every time I changed to the hardware and saying, like, change the video card configurations, like put a different video card in it. That was weird. But it seems to be working pretty well, so I'm happy with that. And I think it's actually going to be pretty much it for this video. Although I have made an effort to clean up a little bit. I got most of the stuff up from under this table and put it under the ping pong table, because you know, I was having people over and stuff and decided to not make it super messy. Although it's gone slightly back towards being messy in a few days since then, but that's not the point. I'm thinking of making more videos that kind of review more interesting pieces of technology. Like I might buy a 240 gig MSATA hard drive, SSD for my laptop, so I might make a review on that. Though I'm not super experienced with benchmarkings and you know, drive specifications and all that. I know the basics, but I don't know. I want to make more videos that are interesting in the way that I'll show a brand new expensive piece of technology and essentially review it. I like doing that. I like making unboxings for new video cards, even though unboxings are kind of pointless. But I want to do more of that stuff. I'm getting kind of tired of, you know, showing the 10-year-old computers lying around. But whatever. So that might be coming up. I might do that. But I'm not really going to document that process. You know, it's reinstalling Windows and stuff on a new drive. It's kind of pointless. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and wrap up this video now. I don't think there's anything that I've forgotten to mention. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video.